I previously mentioned about fonts. Not many people realize that fonts can slow your website down quite a bit. Another thing that can slow your website a fair bit is icons. You'll often use icons throughout your site, throughout the headers and the footers and in the body of your content. But often you won't give a second thought about how those icons are actually created. One of the very common forms of icons is using something called Font Awesome, and it's built into Elementor. But the thing is with Font Awesome, there's not just one version of Font Awesome, there's many different types for the bold and the strong and the different effects. Every time you use one single icon from any of those different packages, it has to download the whole Font Awesome font for your users. That's a fairly big file, and it's pretty wasteful when you're just using one single icon out of the whole font pack. Now there's a couple of solutions to this. One, there is an experiment inside Elementor which will allow it so that if you are using one icon, it just installs that one specific icon. That's one way of doing it. There's another way is that you can install icons yourself. Let me show you now a great tool that you can use to create the icons for your site and install them and add them to your particular web page. Let's have a look. In the latest version of Elementor, there's a way to actually speed up the system by removing icons from the load by actually using one of the experiments. If you come over here into Elementor and go into Settings, over here on the top tab, you go to the Experiments tab. If you scroll down, you'll see that actually there's an option for inline font icons, and I've got this active right now. If you want to learn more, click on the Learn More here, and this is useful to point out because if you scroll down here, there's a very important note, which is this one. If you're actually using Font Awesome Pro icons, have a read of that for yourself in your own time. There's some good information there. So by setting this option, what it does, it stops Font Awesome loading as a font set. Instead, it converts it to an inline SVG for the actual icon that you use. An alternative could be to actually create your own icon as an SVG and add it in using Elementor. In almost every single place where you can add an icon within Elementor, you can actually have a custom icon as well. If you want to create your own custom icons, I recommend this site here, ICO Moon. It's a great little app. You've got a whole bunch of free icons here. Now again, it's not the full set of like Font Awesome, but there's still a lot of great stuff in here, and it will also make a site look a little bit different because everybody else is using Font Awesome. And when you're ready, you can generate the SVG file down here, and notice the little settings icon here, and you can change the color and give it some different information if you actually want to include the classes in here for the CSS, or if you just want the actual file itself. And then when you download it on your system, what it downloads is a zip file. So you need to expand that out. And then if you click on here, you can see all the other stuff that's in there. And it gives you a PNG as well as some demo files. And there's the SVG file in here. And there's the ones that you want. And it downloads all the ones that you've selected previously. So they're all in there. So it keeps on downloading them every time you actually add a new one. You'll notice here on the right hand side the actual size of these SVG files. Very, very small, very, very fast loading. And of course, because it's SVG, it actually auto expands because it's a vector file. So you have no problems with resolution on these icons. There you go. Go and create a couple of icons now with ICO Moon, and then you'll be able to add them to your website at any place you like.